Hi Year 11, and thank you for letting me be part of your seminar day. I hope it's a great day, I hope it's a day of learning, and I hope it's a day of inspiration. I have Jesse with me today, and Jesse is a local Western Sydney young man who utilised his interpersonal skills to achieve something that lots of us dream about, and that is playing elite sports. So thank you, Jesse, for being part of it. I'm sure Year 11 are excited to hear about you and your story. And so Jesse, welcome. We want you to talk to us all about the link between achieving amazing outcomes and the interpersonal skills, what it takes to be a success. Because success is not about the resources, it's not about the environment, it's about you and how you utilise those. Would you agree?
Yeah, look, thank you very much for having me. Before we start, my name is Jesse Willie Sene-lefao. Born in New Zealand, raised here in Western Sydney in the Kingswood area, but I have a strong Samoan heritage. And before we speak about, I am a father, I am a husband, and I am a son. Today I speak in front of you and I like to share that growing up, I wasn't always the first picked. I guess everything pays its price at the end, but I had to work a little bit more harder than most kids my age. And what makes my story connect to where you are today is I could almost say that I was a man without a plan. And when I say that, when I was 18 years old, I got the news that should really generate energy and positive mindset of my girlfriend at the time becoming pregnant. With her falling pregnant, it was probably one of the worst days of my life. And I share that because of who I was and the mindset I had. I was very selfish at that time. Like I said, I didn't have a plan for after school. I didn't have the skills to go straight into the workforce, and I didn't know who I was. And when I didn't know who I was, I didn't know what next steps. And these things started to make me make bad decisions. And the first thing that went was me going into a dark place. And I share this with you because when you're in a dark place, the first thing that goes is communication. Now understanding who I am, I was depressed. I didn't eat for 3 days and I thought I was sick, but I was actually sick mentally. Now, coming through and looking back at that person, it was because I didn't have things in place for myself and steps to take.
What were some of the advices that you learned in the NRL? And this is something you told me previously, that your very first game, you got 3 minutes 40. My heart is broken for you.
Yeah.
How did you make 3 minutes 40 change your NRL career?
I wouldn't say it changed my career, but it did give me a hunger that I wanted more. It took me 5 years of doing the 2 jobs and playing footy before I could get that chance. So I knew that whatever I did today would benefit me in the future. Now, when I got the 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I didn't play first grade until 1 year later.
Right.
So after the 3 minutes 40 seconds, I got picked 4 times that year, but the coach only used 16 players. So I had to wait a whole year until the very next year to play first grade actually on the field. But that's what I want to tell you. That one whole year was me growing as a player, as a person, and understanding the game to another level. And it took me a whole year because the very next year I played every single game. So sometimes taking 1 step back will probably get you the 10 steps forward later.
Right.
But just not in your time.
How do you keep the mental strength to stay committed and focused? Because it is easy to give up, and sometimes things look impossibly hard and you think, oh, just haven't got it today.
Well, that word give up only happens if you stop.
Right?
And my mindset is when you know your why, the what and the how will come.
Okay.
And my why at the time was my little daughter. My why at the time was proving to her that I can be the best version of myself, whether I make it or not. It wasn't about playing NRL, it was about going all in.
Right.
Yep. And if I could show her that I could go all in, less I can tell her if I didn't make it, that I tried my best, I just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take myself saying, oh, I could have done this. I wish I'd done that. I wish I didn't go to that to the mall and I should have done extras. I didn't want to have that regret. So I went all in, and that's what kept me going.
And I still think credit to you. I mean, it takes a lot of personal strength to make it a reality.
Yeah, well, at the time when I found out my wife was pregnant, my accountability partners were 18-year-olds that didn't have kids. So you could only imagine what they were saying to me. Don't worry about her, leave her, she'll be all right. Okay? But I had to go and find new partners.
Yeah.
And what I did is I went to church, and I went to all the old men at church. And I asked them, now that you've been a father for 70 years, 65 years, what's one thing you could have done different? I went to 5 fathers and they gave me all the answers.
Right? What were the answers? I'm really curious.
The biggest answer for me was the time.
Yeah.
They wish they had more time with their kids.
Right?
The second one was doing something but never following through.
Yeah, that's that. And I think that relates to a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yes.
Great ideas and it'll all be fabulous.
Yes.
But I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. And what this created was me finding new mentors and new accountability partners. So yes, I had a church father that gave me accountability of being a father. Then I went and got a new person, because one of my mates has 5 houses. So I went and was seeing him. And now he was an accountability partner in terms of saving up for a house. I went and found another friend, that's very smart in personal training. So I had to upskill my rehab program, my recovery sessions. So I went to him for accountability on my body.
Right.
I even done probably what no one does these days is reach out to NRL players that were playing at the top and messaging them on Instagram for feedback.
Right. Okay.
Asking them, how did you run this line? And the 2 players that ran back, they're a bit older now, is Luke Lewis and Petro Sevenasiva. And they gave me the answers for free.
I'm going to pretend I know who that is. I'm just going to pretend.
They gave answers for free.
Yep.
But if I didn't ask the question, I would never have known.
And it takes courage to do that. Would you agree?
Yes. And I believe like a lot of us are too shy or shame. I'm not sure what it is, but we're scared to ask.
So as a year 11 student who's really just begun their HSC, I guess your advice is, guys, reach out to the resources, tap into the people who have experience and knowledge, set your goals, create a wish, don't create a dream, not a wish list, and find that toughness. Time. Was there days when you just did not want to go to training, when you just thought, I cannot do another lap around that oval?
Yeah, definitely.
So where and how did you get your body to training?
Well, it's all about understanding where you're going.
Okay.
And when you understand where you're going, you know what steps you need to take to get there. And if you miss those steps and you don't get the result, you look back and then you understand why you didn't get there.
Okay.
So there's certain things that you want to put in place, whether it's one thing a day, whether it's one thing a week, and you keep yourself accountable. So for instance, for me, I use the 12-minute rule, and every day for 12 minutes, I'll do something that's going to make me better as a professional athlete.
Yeah.
12 minutes. In 12 minutes, you can almost run 2Ks.
Some
in 12 minutes,
can. Let's just be fair.
Yeah, 12 minutes, you can do unlimited push-ups.
Some of us can.
Yep, and for 12 minutes now, I do 12-minute reading.
Right.
For 12 minutes, I'll put energy into coming onto this podcast. For 12 minutes, I will reach out to people I haven't spoken to for a long time for 12 minutes straight. That's
a very achievable goal, but it's clearly makes a difference. And I'm as I was listening to you, I was thinking, what should I do for 12 more minutes in a day? But if you just focused for 12 minutes in revising what you have learnt today in each subject, you would actually walk away with a solid 2 hours study and be so much further ahead than where you were.
Well, it like compounds. There's the word they use in finance. Let's just use an easier number of 10 minutes a day, a week, is 70 minutes.
Yep.
If you go 70 times 4, it starts to add up a month, right? And then it compounds and compounds, and those minutes end up being the leverage that you have on other people, the leverage that you have on people who aren't working.
Okay, so that's a really important point. So 12 minutes plus, 12 minutes plus a day at school.
Yeah. It's very achievable.
Yeah.
And when it's very easy, our young people seem to do it more often.
Okay. All right.
Yes, and so that just, what you're doing there is creating a habit. And once you create the habit and becomes normal, you end up doing it without even thinking. And sometimes the 12 minutes ends up going to 20.
Not in the push-up realm, I'm going to go. How did you get started?
In rugby?
In everything. How did you get started? I mean, what's that mental trick to get started?
Well, it's you gotta know where you're going.
Okay, so it's that reminder that I want to be here and I'm not going to get there unless I take that step.
A lot of us are trying to do something here, but they don't know where they're going up here.
Okay.
But I work the other way around.
Right.
This is what I want. Okay, what are the steps that I need?
Backwards, yeah.
A lot of people start here and they don't have the, So when you start the other way around, for me personally, I find out that the steps are much easier.
Alrighty guys, so let's just come back to careers for 5 seconds. Careers platforms are important. They're resources you can use at home. They are freely available at the school. If you're not sure how to organise your sign in, please come and talk to me and I can help you. Let me give you a really quick overview of the 2 platforms we're talking about. We're talking about Job Jump. The school password is Lions, Lions, as in raw. So you could do your career explorations from Job Jump. You can look at opportunities, you can look at courses that link to that, you can look at ATAR cutoffs, and you can look at entries and pathways. If you don't know how to find those things, please come and talk to me. But we are going to go through a live demonstration of the platform in a short space of time. You can look for jobs and apprenticeships, you can look for gap year opportunities. I'm sure you all know about the ADF gap year. If you don't, again, come and have a chat with me about it. You should be, and you can build a resume really easily from Job Jump. It has tons of selection criteria advice. It has examples, and it is formatted in a fabulous template that allows you to just plug in your exact examples. And I constantly remind you that an example is your critical evidence that builds your competitive edge. Alrighty, and I send you the news bulletin link weekly on your Google Classroom. I do summaries for you. Your goal, in Jessie's words, is to read it and do something constructive with that information. All right, the other platform we talk about constantly is Beyond. I love Beyond. I think it's a really good program. It's sponsored by the unis, so the unis are the ones providing the content into the information. It will do all your career searches for you. It particularly specialises in course selections, course comparisons, gives you the ATARs, it gives you entry pathways, it creates an amazing calendar for you so you can attend the open days, and you can actually see what yourself looks like on campus, which is all about your goals and dreams and seeing yourself in the right place. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
There you go. See, I listened. All right. So, Jessie, I want to bring you back. I can tell Year 11 continually to use these platforms. They've got great resources, great information, that it keeps them current. But what I hear when students talk to me is they're tired, it's hard, they don't, and I'll get to it tomorrow. I want you to give me 5 interpersonal skills that when times are down, they can say, hang on a second, I've been given these 5 skills that inside me, I just need to revise them and tap into them.
This is a good question, but
I know, I wrote it.
For me, I'm gonna just kind of break it down the way that I can articulate.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah. And in rugby league, as we all know, there's two halves. There's a first half and a second half. All right, but everyone forgets about half time. Okay. So far, our year 11 students here have gone through the first half of school. Right, and right now they're sitting at half time.
Okay.
And at half time for rugby league players, we walk in. There's
Do you change your shirts?
No. Oh, if it's wet, yeah, you do.
Right, good.
But
I just think about how hot and sweaty it
well,
is.
you can change your shirt because you might feel uncomfortable. You can look for the hydrolytes that you need.
Okay.
There's protein shakes in there if you're a bit hungry. There's fruit. There's also defensive coaches that you can speak to if your defense isn't right in the first half. There's also attacking coaches that you can reach out in the room. And then lastly, there's also the coach who will send his message.
Right.
Now, when I say these guys are in half time, these are the skills where they've been through the first half. They know what worked, what didn't work, right? And they got to use those skills now in half time to making sure they're picking the right person, the right protein shake, the right electrolytes, the right coach. Have you been lacking in your defense or your attack? And a lot of our young people will know where they're lacking.
Yeah.
And when you say you had advisors here, you got well-being staff, you got everyone on site. And the reason why I'm telling you to use everyone on site now, because your second half is when you leave school. And when you leave school, I'll tell you now, in your second half, you don't have these people behind you because you've moved on. You don't have the well-being person. You don't have the advisors that you have here in school, like yourself. And you're gonna have to do it all by yourself. So take advantage of your half time.
Alrighty, so we're going to go into a live demonstration of the two platforms, and I promise to do this in just a couple of minutes, guys, so you're quick and you can move on to the practical activities. Jesse, it has been an absolute pleasure. I have really enjoyed getting to know your story.
Thank you.
I find you incredibly inspirational. I find your passion unbelievable. I'm impressed with your outcomes, but I think your sense of responsibility has totally warmed my heart, and I genuinely mean it. I think you're a great guy, and I hope year 11 have and can make the most of today's opportunity meeting with you. And I think we have to look for some more opportunities to work with you at school. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So good. It's so good. Let's put this into practice, guys. So if we're going to be using the Job Jump platform, which is personally one of my favorites, I skedaddle on across to the menu tab. You can see everything you need to find. If you are looking to do an explore of a career, I use the Explore tab, and my personal favorites in this is the bullseyes. Click on that. I want to do a degree in business and finance. I'm going to move across to here. All right, and what's going to pop up for you is a whole pile of options, and you can choose from that. Let's go with a PA Public Relations, and it's going to give me a whole lot of opportunities to look at a career, and that job's going to talk to me about what it involves, where I can study, what conditions and what sorts of environments we can do, the top soft skills that you could require. So that's a really super fast overview of that tab. Okay, so back to my menu. So we don't need to worry about subject selections too much at this point, but it is available. Let's say I want to investigate what opportunities I can do studying my business. I would go to my ATAR and search, and then I can start looking for degrees using that tab. It has a wealth of knowledge and information. I can explore my uni days, stories of other people's studies, what institutions, and all you need to know is an amazing site. You can find out scholarships, early entries, adjustment factors, alternative entries, and interstate and international study options. Alrighty, skedaddling all the way. TAFE options, they're here. There's job ads, work experience informations, and of course right over here we love the resume tab. So that is a super fast overview of Job Jump. Let's dive quickly into the Beyond platform because that is pretty spectacular in itself. Bang, we're at the Beyond site. This is your navigation bar. So you just expand it, and what happens is you can discover, explore options, plan, and this is where you will find your skills portfolio. And that is something you really should be focusing on, guys. You should be recording each and every one of your events. I say commonly, just journal it. And I kind of really mean write those learnings down, and that will give you an insight and an early entry application and make it easier on you. And I always think this is important, to make it as easy as we possibly can. We're skedaddling down, and this is our taking action, resume builders, finding apprenticeships, all is here. It's really an easy site to navigate. So I'm going to leave that with you to practice. Remember, it could be part of your 12-minute plan.